As students across the tri-state head back to school, many families may be anxious about safety in the classrooms. Those concerns only intensifying after yesterday's school shooting in Minneapolis.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Gardere joining us now to share these traumatic events' impact on children, even though they're far from the scene. So what parents can also do to help their kids process their emotions and feel safe. So good morning, Dr. Jeff. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Good morning.
Well, I mean, yesterday's shooting in Minneapolis, so heartbreaking. 2 kids died. 17 others were hurt, and so many traumatized. And even for families here, I'm the mom of 2 middle school girls who go to Catholic school, and I chose not to tell my kids about it. I'm not sure if that was the right thing because I'm worried they might hear it at school. So what is the best way to handle it?
Well, Hazel, I think the point that you're making here is that, yes, we have experts like me, but at the end of the day, the parents are the real experts because they know their children better than anyone else. It also brings up the other point that we have to meet children where they are. If they are not curious about this particular shooting, especially given their younger age, that we should ask them what it is that they do know, what questions that they may have. But if you choose to talk to them about the shooting, it's important that you keep the message simple. It's important that you stay factual and not belabor what it is that you have to say with regard to the horrors of it. As kids are older, I know that they are going to actually want to know about this. And so we should be able to address their fears. Certainly, it shouldn't be a lecture. It really should be driven by the child as to what they want to know.
Dr. Jeff, you know, students and families expect to go to school and feel safe. And when this happens, something like that safety is shattered for them, what can parents do for kids who are now feeling anxious about going back to school?
Well, Justin, I think it's really important that we address whatever their anxiety is. We should validate how it is that they feel because that lets them know that they're being heard. Yes, these are horrific things that have happened with regard to school shootings, but schools are still safe, and you have to let your children know that you love them. You will keep them as safe as possible. And of course, explain to them what some of the procedures are that the schools are taking. This is where parents actually become teammates with the school in addressing what the safety measures are and making sure that children understand it is about keeping them in a safety zone, in a safe environment.
Yeah, I mean, my kids' school, they reached out right away after what happened yesterday to talk about the steps that they're going to make with security. But I have to be honest, I still feel a little bit anxious. And I'm worried that I might put on that anxiety onto my kids. And I think a lot of parents don't think about that, right?
Absolutely, and that's a great point, that we do pass that anxiety on to our children, and it's only normal because all of us as parents, all of us in society know that this is a major, major issue in our country. So don't internalize the fear. I think it's really important to be able to say to your children that you are concerned about their safety, but most importantly, let's turn that anxiety into empowerment strategies. What is it that we can do about, being aware of their environment, what's going on? What can they do about being involved in the safety procedures? What can they do about buying in to being empowered in protecting themselves and their schoolmates? And, the other point here is the way that we handle it with maturity is the way that our children will handle it. So we really have to take, as parents, a measure of ourselves, but don't internalize it. Share that anxiety, talk about it with other friend groups, with family, and of course, sharing it with the school. This is where we partner up, as you're talking about.
And Dr. Jeff, sounds like you're saying too, an ongoing dialogue will be needed about this throughout the school year, but even still, families, schools, parents have a real tough line to balance here. How do you address safety plans to keep children in school safe without scaring the children?
Well, look, let's be real, Justin. Initially, kids will be scared, especially going through some of these procedures because they know it's about, keeping out evil, keeping out bad people, and so on. But the important thing here is finding the balance. When you go into the school, you partner with the school, your children will know that they have the safety of the school, they have the safety of the parents, and they're working together, and that will reassure the children. There are no absolutes here, and I think we should be honest with our kids about that without scaring them, but they are in the safest place that they can possibly be, and therefore we should reiterate that over and over again, that this is a place that they can have safety. But yes, things do happen, and they should have the empathy for children who have gone through these horrific shootings also.
Yeah, Dr. Jeff, it's so sad that we have to continue speaking about this difficult topic, but we appreciate your time this morning, as always. Very helpful advice.
Thank you.